How is it now? It's better. Yeah, it is. Okay. Make sure to inform me if that happens again. Callum meanwhile had a spin and broke his entire wing. Sorry for the issues, but I couldn't do much about it. Unfortunately, it's how this game works. It looks like they given up on this game completely. They give us the new game already. If you're just gonna give up on this one, we're still gonna do league races on this. It's not like we're gonna stop and wait for the new game. There's something at least. Callum going for soft then. Callum going for softs. Callum going for softs. I think he will have quite a nice chance here to get to probably jump a few of the places now. He's 13 seconds behind the rest of the pack, sort of, because Jack is 6 seconds behind MacDM, and then we have MacDM 8 seconds behind Mac Copper, but he could try. Meanwhile, the Alpines are not having a good race, but if Callum can at least get a few more places, then they will start the race in a better place, because the start is crucial in the 50%, and also the strategies. You're gonna see. Meanwhile, we still have this battle going on. Mano is trying to do his best to keep everyone behind him and to try and get 2 points from this sprint. He's being gapped by Levy as we speak. Skis is getting closer and closer to Hosvilla. Jasper opened as he has a bit of snap of exit, snap of steering. On the exit of turn 1, it's broken, wants to get past, and also does Matt Copper, but it's not that easy around the Hungary ring. As Keys is trying to go for a move. Tried to go for a move on Hosvilla, but he had to wait. He looked for it though. You can never expect whatever can happen. As Keys is now looking for a gap. Look at him, he's desperate for that move. But Hosvilla has the IS on Mano, so it's even harder to get him. This battle's been going on for quite a while now. They go round the start finish straight for the 9th time now in this race. And everyone with the IS except Mano. And again, everyone with the IS except Mano. It looks like Keys now has a better advantage on Hosvilla. They're trying to go round the outside. They get pushed a bit on the curb there. And Hosvilla Proken spins and gets Mercopper damage, I think. I cannot see, but I think he may have given him damage. That's not really good for Proken. He's dropped outside of the top 10, which is where you want to start the sprint in. And MacDM is currently catching up. As you can see, he went a bit wide there. Starting in the main race in B11, it's like being between the land and the sea. The line between the land and the sea, because it's a good place but also a bad place. You are P12 because you may want to start the race in the points already if you have the chance to. Hosvilla now trying to go for the move on Mano. They both alongside and oh! Mano actually clipped tires with Hosvilla and he spun him round. That's the first time I see that, not gonna lie. He's now ghosting through Proken. That's not something I would have expected. Look like this thing, because this happened to me in Mexico, in FSC. where basically an X was showing next to the drivers, and my AI took control, and I was still racing, and he spun someone round. They pushed him at the rear, and they spun it round on the straight, and the south straight. That could have been what happened to Mano. That's no good though. That's definitely not what you want to see. It is 2 laps remaining though. 2 laps remaining. Psycho goes round the line for the penultimate time. He's getting closer and closer to Mano as he wants to get that place done and dusted. Yes, what opened for the Williams on the Mercedes. Both academy mates, but obviously the place still matters as they go on the inside on turn 1. They don't have quite a good exit though, and they're missing out on turn 2. Matt Copper meanwhile is thanking both of them for letting him catch up and have a chance at this at the penultimate lap out of 12 remaining. Same amount of viewers we have at the moment. Mano and Osile or Jack, either Mano or Macop or Jack, but got 3 seconds for track limits at the same time. We have a spin again from Jack, who now retires. There won't be a safety car because it's now past the it's now within 3 laps of to the end of the race. But Jack actually retired and crashed out at that tricky corner that I was thinking about in the qualifying session. Matt Copper getting closer and closer to Keys, but so is Keys and Mano, and now he spins. Loses traction around the exit of turn 1. Will Keys try and manage to get the move done on Mano now? No, he won't. Broken though will manage to overtake him, to overtake Matt Copper as he spun at turn 1. Mac TM gets the move done on hopefully lots of things happening at the last lap of this sprint race. The truth we want to see is whether Psycho will be able to win now in the main race, and whether he will be able to win this race as well. Still a lot to go before he can cross the line. Last corner for Psycho. They go on board with them now. He doesn't have the IS, but he wins the sprint race, which is now gonna make him start first in the main race. Bram second, Brand third, Shadow fourth, Damien fifth, Levy sixth. Mano in 7th and Keys in 8th. Followed by and Keys gets Mano with the 3 seconds. Procan in 8th, Mac TM in 10th, Hosvilla in 11th, Mac Copper in 12th after the time penalty, and Callum will finish P13, followed by Jack in 14th and Turboman in 15th. What a nice little, taste of the 50% race. Hoping it is quite entertaining. So Levy gets the drive of the day. He probably got the best start to finish position change. Have results saved? I have no idea, but I'm getting all the results just in case. They didn't save. I got the results though. I will do them manually. Now we're moving on to the main race. Waiting for the drivers to load the strategy. Let me know what your predictions look like for the race. This 50% race, 35 laps around the Hungary ring. Looking who could win this. Five seconds until we go with the formation lap. And here we go. Waiting for someone to load in. There we go. 1 light and 2 green. Formation lap starts now for this 35 lap race around. I don't know how many times I said already. Hungary. Basically the same thing that happens when they repeat the last break in the F123 trailer. I guess we'll be hearing that a lot as well. But we have quite a nice differentiation in the strategies. We have Psycho starting on mediums, then followed by Brown hards, Brandon mediums, Jack Brandon mediums, Shadow on hards, Davey on hards, Livy on mediums, Keys on mediums, Mano on mediums, Broken on hards, same as Mac DM, Hostfiller, and Callum, Jack, and Turboman, but Matt Copper who's starting on mediums. So more hard runners than medium ones. That means the medium ones will have quite a nice little party, I would say, until the medium starts giving up. The hard runners though will have the better advantage here. Lots of a better advantage. To go again round the penultimate corners. Bram goes a bit wider. He almost lost it. Everyone goes round the penultimate corner to form up on the grid then. And there we go. Gonna go with hard off as we see Aaron forming up. Here we go then. Waiting for someone. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. This lights out, and away we go for this 50% race. Bram gets the lead off the start, but Psycho has a better run now that he has more speed. And we go round turn 1 now. There's Shadow trying to get some places here at the inside, but at turn 1 we have a bit of courage there as we have a spin already. Mac TM spin spun. Round turn 1, up ahead though. Turn 2, they still haven't come down yet. The two cars trying to get some places here after what they had in the sprint in terms of places. They wanna improve their position in this 50% race. Jack almost having a spin, but now Turboman has a spin. May not have been Jack having a spin, but his academy mate did have a spin around that tricky corner. We're gonna rename it the tricky corner from now as Bram actually managed to get the lead, and so did Brand, but Brand got the second place. Psycho not having that good of a start. He did have a good start in the sprint, but now he lost quite a lot. As Levy trying to defend off from Keys. Also let and Matt Copper, the two Haas teammates, fighting at the moment. Keys now will have the ram to get Levy here. Bram goes fast as 1:24.512. So will Callum on the McLaren of Broken. And Keys gets pass, gets Levy on turn 1. So does Broken on Callum. And now Macupper trying to go into the inside of Callum. Can he get the plays on Callum? Callum losing a lot. Those two give up. No, they want as Macupper almost gets sent to the back rooms there. But he keeps the plays on Hostler. Stays behind Callum though. And Callum managed to get the plays on Macupper just like that. Psycho meanwhile trying to get the move done. He's already caught up to Brand by quite a good margin. And Jack Brand managed to get the place on the Williams as we were spectating the rest of the grid farther the back. Jack Brand then with a 1:19.245 sets the fastest lap at the moment. Yes, gets enabled. We have a spin from Mac DM at the penultimate corner in sector 3. I think he's continuing. He's not pitting. Oh, he was. Jack getting closer to the Haas cars here. The Haas cars close to each other, but not doing too good in this part of the race. Obviously, being the Hungary ring, it's not like he can do much. As Callum goes for a spin, actually. Callum goes for a spin. He loses traction like that. That's gonna put him way further down than he would expect. The two Alpines now in last place, 14th and 15th respectively. I don't know why we're missing 5 drivers, but at least we are 15 drivers. Not bad. I think it's due to the exams period that there is right now. Psych. On the straight, gets a good exit. Gets it opened. He has enough yes to go for it. Manu now pits. Probably got damaged because it's quite early. He pits, I don't know why. But he did retire. Psycho gets plays on Bram meanwhile. So Manu retired. Manu retired. Meanwhile, close to Proken. Get the place back. Wow, Mark up and now probably waking up, I would say. But yeah, because he did lose the places at the start. Now he's having a bit more pace to fight for places. As he tries to go for a late send in sector 3, it doesn't walk out though, and makes also Broken lose a bit of time there when he's getting made, so not much to worry about. Obviously, he has to walk out and defending. Matt Copper now, who has the advantage of the EIS and no EIS to use, like Broken. They go round turn 1. Broken has the inside, Matt Copper the outside. They have the EIS. Matt Copper has the EIS. Will the EIS be enough to fight him off? Yes, it will. So Matt Copper tries to take advantage of the switchback. They are on the outside now, and Broken keeps the place for the moment. Will it be enough though? That is letting Hosler and Jack catch up. Big time. Mark Hopper trying to look for it at the chicane, but he knows he's not good enough to go too wide. It's too tight. He is meanwhile making sure that he can gap Levy here, because they're both the mediums. And he's trying to get as many places as he can. After, I think, yeah, he did spin. He did spin after the start. If I remember correctly. Matt Copper now will have one more chance to get the place on the McLaren ahead. Yes, that opened. Skis also has the airside opened. That's not enough to get the place on Shadow. Matt Copper though, same for him, not enough. Matt Copper desperately trying to get the place as he's using all of his last bits of years. That's gonna cost him a lot, as Broken has a bit of a mistake there, but he manages to stay ahead for the moment. Now this is losing a lot of time to Matt Copper. Wait, for now that the mediums are good to be raised on, but later on in the race the hards will become faster. That's gonna put Matt Copper to a huge disadvantage. That's why he wants to overtake, to get the move on Broken done now, before it's too late. He looks for it on the inside now. He goes for it. He goes a bit too wide there, and Broken takes advantage of the switchback to stay far ahead. They make contact round the penultimate corner, and Matt Copper keeps the place on. Gets the move done on Broken. Struggling a bit with traction. So Slayer. Matt Copper's team now has the advantage to try and get Broken at turn 1. Broken sends it at turn 1. And Hosler has to brake, not to make contact with the McLaren driver. Excuse me, what? He's catching Shadow. He's still below a second, but it's not like he can do anything as he spins. Right as I was spectating him, sorry. Right as I was spectating him, he spins and he now joins the fight of drivers such as Matt Copper, Broken. Matt Copper now probably shouting at Keys. He's losing him so much time on Broken, who now could try something. Obviously Keys and Broken, both teammates, academy mates here. Matt Copper and Hosler, teammates as well, so it's a 2 versus 2 fight. Nickel fight. Only Jack, the only intruder from this fight, is MacDM. He goes for a spin and he actually stays stopped in track. Now moves. Was trying for us to deploy a safety car, maybe? I don't know. Keys now. Broken probably thanking Keys at the moment. I mean, Keys spun, but now he could give a hand to Broken, and Matt Copper is giving a hand to Hosler. But now that Keys is there, he cannot do much. They're all close to each other, but not really much you can do to make moves happen unless you're brave enough to go side by side at the chicane or any other corner where it's not really possible to do so. Approach the chicane right now. You can see how close they are to each other, to the point you can really see them passing through it. Speaking of the Matt Copper, he now gets 3 seconds for going wide. You can see it on the screen. Got 3 seconds for track limits. They're not gonna help him. It's still 3 drivers, the 12 pins and Matt Copper with the 3 seconds. Let's see. they can't gain anything now. Gaps are getting wider now. The right below Turboman trying on his academy mate. At turn 1, he goes a bit wide. The coast Jack's exit as well. And Turboman, like that, is trying to get a place done on Hosfilet as well. Look at the speed he's got. Hosfilet probably pulling aside to let him pass. And Jack hitting Hosfilet on the rear there. Probably by mistake, but it's not something. It could have ended badly. Could have ended badly though. Callum meanwhile catching up on this train. There's not much to really focus on apart from this battle, which goes from P12 to P8. We'll soon be going from P13 to P8 as MacTM goes for a spin once again. Not a good race. Once you start spinning, you can't really help it on this game, unless you can manage to cool the tires off. Once you literally last, you cannot really do much about it because it's gonna start spinning and spinning unless you can control the tire temperature. And if you're too greedy, you will be spinning and spinning and spinning. And again, MacTM now retires from the session. That could be a safety car. Indeed it is. And now predict when it happens because it's too predictable and it's not good. You can predict when it happens. You shouldn't be able to. Yeah, you can because when you learn the game's code, you shouldn't be able to. That's the point. MacTM crashes out and he brings out a safety car, which is now gonna help the medium runners a lot. But the hard runners are gonna have quite a problem now because they're gonna have to make another pit stop unless they stay out. Let's see who pits and who doesn't. Jack Brand goes in. Shadow stays out. Jack Bram pits. Psycho pits as well. Damien stays out. Obviously, I think their hard runners are all going to stay out because there's not really a point to pit. Some hard runners have pit actually. Yeah, Bram has pit for mediums. Broken has pit as well for mediums. Jack for mediums and Cullen for mediums. The rest have pit for hard. So only drivers who haven't pit are Tauberman, Hosila, and Shadow, Damien, and Jack Brand. Now, Psycho has an advantage here because they've got 10 lap old hard runners behind to defend them from Bram and the rest of the grid. So he could try and make something here, but the rest of the grid, the top 3 has quite a lot to work on now. Safety car will be going in at lap 12. Doubt it's gonna be this lap. It could be a late call. Could actually be this lap. No, it's not gonna be. One more lap and then we'll go back to racing action. Let's review the grid one more time. Shadow in leading from Damio, from Brand, then Psycho in 4th, Tobman in 5th, Husla in 6th, Ram in 7th, who's having quite of a moment with Levy there in 8th, Keys in 9th, Matt Copper in 10th, Proken in 11th, Jack in 12th, and Callum in 13th. Two only DNFs that we had so far in this race were Mac DMs and Manos. But the rest are all racing. Safety car to come in at the end of this lap as Damio, and Brand having quite of a moment though. I don't know what's going on. No idea what was going on, but we're going back to racing action. Brand apparently pits. It was showing 11 laps earlier. Okay. Safety car in this lap, and Shadow will be the one responsible for starting this race. Let's see how it goes. As he picks up the spin now and restarts this race. Will we see anything happening? Any silly move happening now at turn 1? Psycho decides to wait, but Brand doesn't on his teammate, and that allows Psycho to actually try and get past the two Aston Martins. We are now going wide at turn 2. Psycho trying to get the place on the Aston Martin of... Oh, what has happened there? Bram had quite a big jump there at the wall. I don't know what happened there. I got it on stream, but I didn't really catch it with my eyes, as the Ferrari's Levy spinning around now. And so did Callum for a bit. Keys and Broken going side by side at the chicane. Broken having to wait there. What I could see though, it was the two Aston Martins trying to pull a defense mode on Psycho, but it didn't work out, and now Shadow is having to have to defend from Psycho and from Brand as well. Those two will have to work together not to let Psycho pass here. But Psycho will eventually get past because they're on all the tires. They will get an advantage to come the end of the race. But for now, it's going to be a pain for them to manage to keep the Ferrari behind. FWL also goes for a spin, and that's quite dangerous there. That was quite dangerous if they didn't avoid him. What a restart it's been for now. Certainly not good for the drivers, but good for the entertainment purposes. As Keys defends from Tomerman. Tomerman gets the place. Keys still tries to get ahead, and he still has quite a nice run round the outside, and now round the inside. Proken, being a spectator of this battle, Bram pits for damage. Matt Couples pits on softs. That's not actually what I was expecting the drivers would do. Softs is too early right now. But Bram pits for used hards, which are not going to help him at all. And Turboman that way has to wait behind Keys. Proken will now have a chance on the Red Bull ahead. Will he try to go for it now? Yes, he will, but he's losing a bit on the axle now. Actually, he isn't. Maybe just a few hundreds. That's let everyone else catch up. And Psycho now closing the gap on Shadow. Let Brand past. Proken trying to get the place in Turboman. Meanwhile, on the inside, they make contact, but he gets moved on Turboman. Turboman now will have to wait, and will now have his teammate requesting driver swap. Probably. Because I remind you, it's Tier 1 and Turboman is a reserve for Red Bull. Psycho catching up on Shadow, and he was almost pushing him round the after the chicane. Shadow not really being happy about that 14 out ball. He has just to hang on and wait for until his pit stop arrives. Now it's gonna be a pain for him to hold off the Ferrari behind. He's also catching up on his academy mate. He could give the Ferrari a good fight with the P2. It's gonna be quite a long way to get the place on Brand. Like now with Yas getting closer and closer to Shadow until the move happens round turn 1, and it does happen indeed. Keys going for a late move round turn 1. Will he try and get the move down on the Ferrari? Damio doesn't think so, as they try to give him quite a nice fight there, but Bram has the better exit, the better line, and they get the move done that way. Proken meanwhile trying to go side by side, but he knows it's not possible there, so he backs out. And the rest of the fight there that we were following between Turbo and Jack and Callum is also catching up the top 6. Anyway, is Olivia meanwhile closing up on his academy mate Hosfiller in the Haas. He could try to make a move happen anytime soon if he wants to. Broken now has the chance to get the move done on Damio being on the faster compound tyres. Jack also making the move happen on Turboman. Turboman goes a bit wide at turn 1. Jack wants the switch back, but it's not gonna happen as Keys goes for a spin. Keys goes for a spin round the exit of turn 1. That's not helping him. That's the second in this race. The Williams not having quite the race they expect to have. That's not good, considering next season is gonna be even tougher in terms of competition condition wise. Jack now tries to go for a move. He has to wait back. Jack not really happy. I can see it. He's not happy with staying behind Turbo. He wants that place, but he doesn't know how to get that without causing contact. As Turboman goes for a spin, I don't think Jack got damage from that. He probably didn't. He was light tap, and Turboman retires, and that will be, I think, that it won't be too much time now passed. Turboman like that, I think he crashed onto a barrier, got terminal damage. That's really bad for Turboman. Really bad. The only 2 cars which could score points now. Actually, the only car which could score points for... Actually, what am I saying? The only 2 cars, yeah, which could score points from for Red Bull Academy are the Alpino Callum and the Avatario Jack. The rest have decided to opt for a DNF. Levy goes for a move on Hosfiller, who now drops the 2 Haas cars almost in the last places. It's still Bram, who's having quite a nice race, I would say, alone there in the middle of the track. This is where you don't want to end your race up. He's still continuing because he knows there could be something happening soon. So never give up, even if you may want to do it. Never give up. You never know what could happen. Demi goes a bit wider. And Jack tries to find the chance to overtake the Aston Martin, and does he do that? Yes, he does. Callum trying to take advantage of this. Yes, but open, and they crash together. They almost crashed together. And I think Callum didn't get damage from... No, he did get damage from that. He did get damage from that. No, he didn't. I thought he did because he had a missing end plate, but never mind. Keys gets the move done on both of them, meanwhile. And Callum is actually trying to deny that now. But the tire difference will make sure that Keys tries to stay ahead. Callum though doesn't wanna hear anything about it and stays ahead on Keys. Damio though does have damage from that and does have misses a right end plate, almost wins again. Wins Levy like that, takes advantage of it. Damio cut this chicane and has to let Levy pass, and also let goes past like that. Damio, not really what he would have expected to happen. And I think he's gonna pit for mediums now, probably. You can control the car, I think it's the best thing to do. At this stage, I guess, because it's still up 20 or 35, I think the medium's gonna make it. As you can see, I was saying everything can happen, and just like that, anything can happen for real. Yes, it opened for Keys. Try and get the place on Callum. Matt Copper gets place on Damien. Matt Copper, who's on softs, let's not forget about that. Now he could have a really tough decisions to make if the safety car doesn't get deployed ASAP. Close left with 3-second time penalty now with track limits. Yeah, everyone having 3 seconds. Only 4 drivers. But everyone who does have a penalty is only 3 seconds. Shadow now goes for the pit stop. His first pit stop. And he gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Just get a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's gonna mess his race up so much. And so does FWL now. But a 20 lap old hards, he pits for mediums. So he has race to make up. Hold on just a second. Scanlon gets 3 seconds for track limits. Bram pitting now for his first pit stop. Actually, his second one. It's his second one for Bram. Now goes for a fresh pair of mediums. Actually, of softs. That's a... don't really agree with that decision. It's not really what you would do with 14 laps to go, but gonna see. Also, he's about to get lapped as well. He wanted to get the fastest lap. I don't know. Callum Noir getting closer to Jack for the 4th place. But they're also getting closer to Matt Copper for that 8th place. Obviously, the difference is that Callum and Jack are academy mates, and Shadow and Matt Copper don't have any relation, any correlation in the server in terms of academy or team. Getting closer and closer. Obviously the softs, I mean, quite a difference here. And now Shadow is losing time on Slivy. He could try and get. And actually thinking on it, the hard runners now will lose a lot of time. Shadow going for the move on Macopper. Macopper not thinking, denying the move on Shadow, but Shadow now. Oh. I don't know what's happening here. I don't really know what's happening here. Shadow though with Diaz now tries to get the place on Macopper, and he does so easily. Now had Diaz for the next straight as well. Meanwhile, back in the fight between Callum and Jack. The OG is bugging. How is it now? Okay, it looks a bit better. It was 6 tenths to 3 tenths now, 3 full tenths to Jack. Macopper goes for second pit stop in his race. Callum takes a bit of the off-track area there, and Macopper goes for another set of softs. He's doing what was it? A medium soft strategy. It's gonna be a tough one though, because it's 10 laps remaining. 10 laps remaining. So no, not 10 laps remaining. 12 laps remaining. 12 laps remaining. So it's not really, let's say, a good amount to make on the softs. I mean, unless you can manage them, but I really don't think that the softs will be happy about making 11 laps. And even worse, Bram pit 3 laps ago, so we'll see. Damien Ma had quite a moment in sector 2. He managed to get going quite nicely. The fight still, the focus of the fight still remaining on Callum and Jack. Callum is starting to show graining so easy. Jack 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Thinking, by the way, if you now wondering where Jack Ledford is, if you just realized, he decided not to race because his FPS was bad. He said Spram had a spin there and deploys only a virtual safety car due to debris, not because he was stopped in track, but because he broke his entire wing. That though brought out as a virtual safety car only out on track, which means the Bram is gonna massively lose out on this. He's gonna get lapped in any case, but not really what we would like. And look at that. Jack Bram has to wait behind, even though he's losing time. Behind, that's not gonna help him at all. As by the way, we have broken Shadow, Jack 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, Callum and Levy all pit for fresh set of softs, which is gonna die by the end of the race, but for now it's gonna be good for them. Look at them, they're all close to each other now. This is gonna make up for a fun fight. Bram gets 3 seconds for track limits. Obviously he's trying his best to stay within the limits. This virtual safety car is staying for so long to let Bram. Oh, now it's ending. But Bram now has enough time to pit and possibly not be lapped that much. Jack Bram stays out. I think he was gonna go for the pits, but obviously he doesn't have that much of time to pit. This means that the top 3 missed out a lot now, because come the end of the race, they're gonna be caught up. A lot. Someone invited me to a party, I don't know why. It's broken. Meanwhile, going side by side with Shadow. Make contact, turn 1. Yes, again, to go for it. He has to wait back for the moment. This is going to be an interesting one, for sure. Both close to each other, they're catching up on keys already. Brammy was getting lapped. He's almost getting lapped by them. Sorry for the silence, but I was asking why someone invited me to a party. Pro Kamiwa trying to go for the move on Shadow. Mako Kamiwa had a spin. I think he got damage because it wasn't moving. Does he have damage? No, he doesn't. He's continuing. Pro Kamiwa trying to get the move done on Shadow, and he has to wait behind because there's not much room to go for a move. So has to wait Jack and Cullen. But obviously with the mediums not really being really having the advantage here, but he will have an advantage at the end of the race. As that gap is going down massively now. The gap is going massively down now. 10 seconds between Shadow and Keys, and then 12 seconds between Keys and Psycho. Scanlon goes for the move on Jack, and Broken tries for the switchback on Shadow. Broken Gallum gets the move done on Jack. Broken though, will he get the move done on Shadow? As he has the inside now. Broken with a 3-second time penalty now for being a bit good in the corner there. He was trying to get Shadow, and he has to stay behind. Callum now will surely try and get Shadow and Broken here. As Shadow hits the wall there. I don't think he got damage, but if he does, it's gonna be the end of the race for him. But I don't think he does. Still continuing. He doesn't look like it. So I was wondering whether that there's like 6 laps remaining, so I'm wondering whether Proken could possibly get the gap down to like below a second. Scanlon, I think, had made a mistake. The close to the final corner. Is he? Yeah, he did. He did. He just checked. Not really good for him, but he's still in the points. So, unlike a few drivers who currently aren't, like Bram, who's not having really not the race he would have hoped for. Matt Copper can still hope for a nice point position, and a P10 finish position, but it all comes down to what the tires can achieve and what you as a driver can achieve. As I think this train is going to get keys to its keys alive in a few laps. Trust me, those hards are about to go punctured zone. As Bram has spun, yeah. Bram has spun. Want to see the wear on those tires. And I can't see it because they have their telemetry is off, so I can't see. But it would be cool to see. Hungary going for the move on Callum now. Letting Levy catch up now, as well. Hungary goes a bit wide. Callum takes advantage of the switchback and gets placed back. Levy thanking those for gaining him time. As he's getting closer and closer to those two fighting for a nice P7, which brings you 4 points. No, 6 points. And it's about we're about to end this race. There's still a chance for a safety car to get deployed. For now, there's still the chance for a safety car to get deployed, but it's gonna be just for 1 lap. As Levy tries to get a move down on Hosler on the outside, which will now become the inside, but then the outside again. And Levy goes a bit wide from this. Hosler though tries to hang on his outside. Now the inside will be, and he backs out. He knows he's gonna go side by side though. Brown meanwhile retires in the pits. Obviously not much he could have done. Now, past this point, no more safety cars can be deployed because you must finish the race. That you must have 3 laps for racing. Codemasters logic is this, which is not bad. It's not a complaint, but yeah, it's something which is more a complaint to real F1, which should actually make this a rule. Obviously, this is a game, so you can allow that. In real life, they should add like a few more laps, like sort of, you know, adding laps to like keep the amount of laps balanced. If you end the race with like if it is like 25 laps and you end, oh, it's Levy there. Same thing which happened to Mano and Hosler. Anyway, as I was saying, if you have 25 laps and you end the race at lap 24, you should add 1 more lap and make it 26 laps. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but I think most do. We're about to start. Actually, we have just started in the 34th lap. Jack Brand is likely to win this. Matt Copper gets 3 seconds for track limits. Overall, for Mercedes Academy, not looking that bad, but Brett Bull Academy may have wanted to get more in this race. Psycho, definitely a weekend to literally not to forget, but to really celebrate in a really good way. And Shadow, meanwhile, is catching up on Procan. The time penalties are gonna make a lot of a difference now. Jack is probably going to get plays on Shadow, unless something happens, but I doubt. Back up the pits again. All fresh stops, I think. He wants to get the fastest lap, probably. He has to be quick though, because he's about to get lapped. If he gets lapped, that means his fastest lap attempt is over, and it's now over. Matt Cobber has preferred nothing, pretty much, because he cannot set the fastest lap because he's down lapped, and he's gonna finish the race right as Jack Brandt crosses the line, which is the last lap as we speak. Callum now retires. Callum crashes out. Callum DNFs. Terminal damage for Callum at the barriers. That means Damien jumps him by 1 place. Procan gets passed by Shadow, who needs he needs a good attempt here to try and keep the 5th place on this. Will it be enough? We'll see. As soon as they cross the line for basic to end this race. And as Brandt goes round the penultimate corner, with Makopa following him behind, won't be able to set the fastest lap. And final corner then, with one more crossing the DRS zone, Jack Brandt wins the 4th round of FWL at Hungary for season 9, followed by Psycho, then Keys, who was almost being caught up by Shadow there, but it wasn't enough for the train to catch up, but they got really close at the end. Keys then with the podium, then Shadow in 6th place, and Jack in 4th, Procan in 5th, Hostler. Obviously this is temporary results, we will see this stewards report. Hostler in 7th, Slivy in 8th, Damien in 9th, and Matt Copper in 10th. Psycho was your winner of the sprint. Jack Brandt is your winner of the 50% race. With Jack 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 being your driver of the day as well. This race was interesting, I would say. Not the most interesting, but it was a good one. Not much to say. That's your podium celebration then. We're going on with the race results, hoping it saves them. Oh, nice. Completely nice. Come on. I didn't even get round to get the race results. Oh, it actually got them though. Somehow it got them. I don't know how, but it did get them. Come on. Bram, by the way, with the fastest lap with a 1:17.549. So no one gets the fastest lap, but he got the fastest lap at the end of the day. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow for Tier 3 and Tier 2 at 6 PM for Tier 3, 8 PM for Tier 2, with the same format as today, sprint and then 35 laps of racing around the Hungary ring. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.